Prosecutors say Bryan Kohberger stabbed Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonsalves at a home next to campus in the early morning hours of November 13th. Kohberger will be arraigned on 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary.
Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to our channel. This is the Crime Time Tales, and today we're going to look into the vicious and horrible murder case of Bryan Christopher Kohberger. We will keep his name short and call him Bryan. Bryan Kohberger was born in November 1994. He is a 28-year-old man who was taken into custody from a home in Chestnut Hill Township in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Bryan was arrested in connection with the fatal stabbings of 4 University of Idaho students 7 weeks ago in a house near the University of Idaho campus. Bryan Kohberger is a PhD student who was studying criminal justice and criminology at Washington State University. Bryan just completed his first semester as a PhD student in the Criminal Justice Department late last year. The school's campus is in Pullman, Washington, less than 9 miles west of the house on King Road in Moscow, Idaho, where the students were stabbed to death on Nov. 13. Bryan really shocked his family, friends, the university students, and his work colleagues with this senseless murders. Even the university he helped teach undergraduates released a statement thanking law enforcement and expressing sympathies to people affected by the killings, but chose not to comment on Bryan's actions, simply because they were unjustifiable. Even one of the victims' mother, Stacy Chapin, stated that her son Ethan or her family and the suspect does not have any connection whatsoever. Even, some witnesses said that Bryan was not known to several friends of the victims and they have never seen him or heard of him before. No one they know knows him, the witnesses said. Let's have a look into where Bryan was from, shall we? Bryan was believed to be from Albrightsville, as a hamlet in the Pocono Mountains of eastern Pennsylvania. Bryan was jailed just to the east in Monroe County, near the New Jersey state line and about 75 miles west of New York City. A man named Bryan Kohberger began working part-time as a casual security officer for the Pleasant Valley School District in Monroe County in November 2018. According to school board documents, the Pocono Record reported in 2018 that Bryan assisted a high school student having a medical emergency by grabbing an AED. Bryan was replaced by a full-time security office in August 2021. Bryan was very academic smart and graduated from Northampton Community College in Pennsylvania with an Associate of Arts degree in psychology in 2018. He then attended DeSales University in Allentown, Pennsylvania, where the AP said he received a bachelor's degree in 2020. Allentown is about 40 miles south of Albrightsville. Bryan stayed at DeSales and earned a Master of Arts degree in criminal justice in May 2022. On Friday, December 30th, DeSales University learned of the arrest of Bryan Kohberger in connection with the murder of 4 University of Idaho students.
Prosecutors accuse him of entering an off-campus home in the early morning hours of November 13th last year, where he allegedly stabbed Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin multiple times with a large military-style knife.
It was likely all 4 victims who were asleep during the attack.
One of the university head teachers stated that, as a Catholic, Salesian community, we are devastated by this senseless tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims' families during this difficult time. What was more confusing and had to understand was that Bryan had no criminal record. A review of court records in Washington, Idaho, and Pennsylvania showed no criminal history for Bryan aside from an August 2022 infraction for failing to wear a seatbelt in Latah County, which includes Moscow. Now Bryan awaits extradition from the Monroe County Correctional Facility. He faces 4 first-degree murder charges and a felony burglary charge. What are your thoughts on this case? And what are your thoughts on Bryan? Do you think he will be found not guilty? I mean, everyone uses the mental health excuses to literally get away with murder. Feel free to drop your comments and let's have a discussion. Look after yourselves and one another.